Breaking right now, Lexington police are holding a news conference on that shooting we told you about at a party near UK's campus.
Let's join it now in progress.
Police are handling the investigation, as well as they can speak more towards the charges that have been applied to those individuals.
Thank you, Chief. A couple of things I'll add quickly, and then we'll take your questions. In addition to the quick police response last night, our officials with our Dean of Students Office were on the scene very shortly after the incident. As many of you know, we have a code of student conduct that applies both on campus and off campus. Our Dean of Students Office and our Office of Student Success will be conducting their own review parallel to the police investigation that is going on. In addition, we'll be communicating with all students this afternoon. Our Vice President for Student Success, Dr. Kirsten Turner, will be communicating with all students this afternoon to summarize what we know, what we're talking to you about, this afternoon, summarize what we know, but also point students to the services that we have, the support services that we have that are there for them, folks who may be impacted by this. We feel very fortunate that none of our students sustained life-threatening injuries, and all appear to be on their way to recovery quickly. But we also know students can be impacted in other ways beyond physical wounds in injuries, whether that's mental health and counseling services or supports for well-being. We have a robust suite of services for students that we've been building out and building upon. And so we'll be pointing students to those services as well should they need them. We want them to know that we're here for them. So with that, Christy's going to kind of open it up here for questions, and we'll take your questions. Thank you.
We have a question. You're going to have to read it.
I got it. Okay, so Chief, I think there's a question for you. Any indication as to why the three people crashed this party, and were they targeting someone in particular?
The investigation is still ongoing, but we don't believe that they were targeting any individual. They believe that the individuals showed up because there was a party going on.
The next question is, was the party thrown by a registered student group? There was, the party the event was associated with a fraternity on our campus, the Theta Chi fraternity. Obviously, the circumstances around the event, one of the things that our Office of Student Conduct and our Dean of Students Office will be reviewing as part of their examination. Are the residents of the home UK students, do they have any connection to a UK student organization? Again, there was a connection with this event to a UK student organization, the Theta Chi fraternity. I don't know, unless you do, Chief, the occupants specifically of this residence.
The house, I believe, has been leased to a member of that fraternity.
Are there other questions? When was the last time a shooting like this occurred at a house party with UK students, Chief?
So as far as the shooting, we had the one downtown Lexington where a party was going on, and ended in the unfortunate death of a UK student about a year and a half ago.
Regarding the charges, Chief, is the suspect Justin Arroyo, apologize if I'm mispronouncing the name, charged with actually pulling the trigger? Do you know that?
I would defer all those questions to the Lexington police, who have placed those charges on those individuals, on who was charged with exactly what crime.
How many people in total were at the party, Chief, or approximately, do we know?
We don't have an approximate number. The house was very crowded, as well as the yard was when we arrived on scene.
Are there safety procedures in place for situations like this, or anything you're going to tell students when you speak to them this afternoon about being safe in situations? Yes, I think we are going to be communicating to students that we're a safe campus and a safe community, but also urging them to be safe and take good precautions. And Chief, I'll let you speak to any procedures.
Of course, the one thing we always recommend is being aware of your surroundings. We always encourage everyone to download the LiveSafe app, as well as be registered on the UK alert system. The UK alert system was activated last night for this. So those text messages were sent out to individuals that were registered in the UK alert system.
And in addition to that, obviously, we were communicating on a number of channels that we have, that we work with UK police on to try to keep the campus community and the broader community informed about the event. Got a question about, was this part of Fraternity Rush or any plans to cancel it altogether, and wanting to clarify that this was not a UK sanctioned event. I'm not going to speak to the circumstances of the event right now. That is certainly part of what I suspect both UK police and our Office of Student Conduct will be reviewing. I know of no plans to change Rush right now. It was the Theta Chi fraternity. It was a question about which fraternity, Theta Chi fraternity. And was this party, Chief, outside or inside the residence?
This party was focused on the inside of the house in the basement area.
Are there any other questions? I don't want to leave anybody out. Were the shots fired inside the home, Chief?
There was one shot fired in the basement, and the shell casing was recovered, as well as bullet fragments in the basement area.
And in terms of the young lady who was shot, is there anything you can say about what year she was, or do we have any information on that?
I don't have any of the information on what class she was in.
And yes, we will send the Zoom recording out afterward for any folks who want it. I was asked a question about classes. No classes were canceled as a result of the shooting. And yes, Chief, I believe it just was one shot in total fired. Is that correct?
That's correct. There was only one shot fired in the residence, and both weapons on the two individuals were recovered.
Yeah. We do not have the name of the young lady, and we do not have that name and would not release it without her permission. Chief, is the suspect a student at UK, and what about the victims?
So the 11 individuals that were injured are UK students. The three suspects that were apprehended last night are not UK students.
Are there any other questions?
I think one of the important things to highlight here is the partnership that we have with Lexington Police, Jay. The partnership we have with Lexington Police was a perfect example of how well we worked together last night. They responded along with our officers, worked together hand in hand to apprehend the individuals very quickly before they even got out of the neighborhood. And I think that's a testament to how well we communicate as well as we train together. Speaking of training, one of the things that we have coming up here in a couple of weeks is our active aggressor training. And that is a training program we put on at UK through the police department on how we respond to active shooting situations, as well as how we want the public to respond to those active shooting situations. So we'll be releasing more information on that program in the coming weeks.
There's some general questions about the arrest. I think as Chief mentioned, we're going to defer all questions about the arrest to Lexington PD. In the release that we updated this morning, we linked to their news release. We'll continue to do that if and when we see updates, and that would also address, I think, all the folks who were involved or who were arrested. Another question, Chief, we mentioned both weapons. Were they both firearms?
The two weapons recovered were both pistols. I'm not going to disclose the caliber on them, but they both were handgun pistols.
And I believe the names of the suspects are in the Lexington PD release. Any other questions? Okay, with that, obviously we will update our release if we have any more information, and we'll also do a link to the email that we send to students later today, so folks have access to that. And obviously, if you have any questions at any time, please reach out. I think we're pretty accessible. I've got a question, Christy, about the Zoom link. Are you going to make the Zoom link? Email Christy Willett, our staff. Her name is, we'll make sure her name's on.
And you have been watching a live update from Lexington Police about last night's shooting at a party near the University of Kentucky campus.
Yeah, they're crediting the quick response of both the UK police and Lexington Police. They are also talking about how they are going to be sending out that summary to students about the events to provide support for them if they are experiencing any trauma related to this. 3 people, they said, crashed this party. Those 3 people, not UK students. 11 students, though, were injured in this. 1 female, who is a UK student, was hit in the leg due to this. The party was happening at the Theta Chi fraternity. It is, of course, an organization connected to UK, but not connected, they said, to any rush activities that are currently going on campus.
And the 11 individuals that were injured are UK students. Police telling us the 3 suspects are not UK students. We will continue to follow this story throughout the day on LEX 18 and on LEX18.com.